are so many commercials out there to help you lose weight today. Buy this pill, buy this product, this injection. They're all out there. Everyone's trying to sell you a product. And did you know that there's research out there that shows you how to lose weight naturally without product and pills or injections? And the research out there, it's there. It's mounting every day. There's mega studies out there that show the way to lose weight that the rest of us are living, and we're doing it healthy, and we're satisfied. I just released a book at 5-steps.net. It's called Unravel Weight Loss. It's for you. It's actually available to tell you all the research out there of how to lose weight versus buying product. And it's here, and it's actually ready for you. And there's one cost of $97, and you're thinking that's pretty high for an ebook. But I tell you what, you also get a full recipe book with how we're eating and enjoying our foods. All right. And we're loving it. And we're also cooking easily, and we're eating our vitamins. We're not taking all the over-the-counter pills, and we're also stretching and doing some very easy workouts that actually make us feel so much better. At 5-steps.net, at your fingertips for $97 one time. There's no subscription, and you don't get emails and all this other stuff unless you request to be on that. And so there is a program for you, and it's based on research. At the 5-steps.net, you can get your Unravel the Weight Loss, you can get your weight loss books and your recipes and your workouts all at one place. I'll see you there at 5-steps.net.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everyone. Good to have you along with us. How you feeling? Maybe you're feeling a little tired and just kind of run down, a little bit of fatigue going on there. Probably directly connected to your health, what you're eating. We're going to look at that today, muscle fatigue as well, and much more, with the woman that created the program that so many people are losing weight on, feeling healthier on. She is an advanced nurse, a practice nurse, and the owner of the company that does 5-steps.net. And she's back with us. Marianne Wietbrock is on the program. Welcome back. How are you?
Hi, Steve. It is Monday, and I am not tired.
I'm exhausted. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a long weekend, and here we are. And I'm sure that's directly connected to diet. But for me, I already know. But many of us don't know what we should be doing in the first place. I do want to share that you are an advanced practice board certified clinical nurse specialist. So this isn't just stuff that somebody's reading on the internet. You practice it. You help people with it. Let's go to the fatigue thing. When you talk with somebody and they tell you that, yeah, Marianne, I'm beat. What's usually connected there?
Their menu.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that I did more than most people did this weekend. And I do tend to do a lot on the weekends because I'm one of those weekend warriors. During the week, I don't have as much time to be out there on the trails or doing my workouts in the gym. But I tell you what, I used to have an office in the gym, and every Monday morning people are coming in, I'm going to make up for the weekend. And I'm like, I lived the weekend. I enjoyed myself. I spent time moving. And I probably do move more than most people, especially at my age. And we did this weekend. And so it's now why, and it's Monday and I'm not tired. Well, no, I have many things on my plate to do today. And some of them are in the office and some of them are around the house and activity and, yard work. And I have things to do. I don't have time to be tired. So I have to fuel myself appropriately. And there's a lot of people out there that they're tired. And then what that? Well, they don't feel, and I ask people what that means. Well, when you come home from work, do you go sit on the couch? Yes. No, not I. I don't have time for that. I'm not into my living room until about an hour before bed. And so, how do you have time or energy or fuel to do what you need to do? And so, this 5-steps.net program was designed, like Steve said, I didn't make it up. It's in the textbooks. Why are we not all doing it? I don't know, because it's there. The research is there, and over and over and over again, people are being successful. And so they're trying all of these fad diets. Maybe they're trying keto to lose weight so that they have energy, or can lose weight so their knees feel better, or they're exhausted and they're trying to find out how to eat healthy. And then they're trying to do they're trying these drinks, things like a branched chain amino acid, your BCAAs. Okay, those are popular. And so I'm going to drink those, and I'm going to have, I'm going to have what I need. And then they don't. And so then they go work out in the gym and they don't have energy. And now then they don't go to the gym. And so the gyms are only popular in January. And so the regulars are kind of waiting for the people in January to move on so they can go back to their routine.
Mm.
And so if everyone went to the gym that owned a membership, the gyms would be packed and there wouldn't be enough. And so these gyms are making money off of the people that aren't going, actually.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
because they
so,
got your credit card every month. They're hitting it. And to your point, if everybody was at the gym who signed up for the gym, they probably wouldn't have enough space in the gym.
no, they don't. They're
Yeah,
standing in line waiting to use the treadmills.
right.
And so, what is the true balance in life that actually makes a difference here? What are people doing, like myself, or other people on this program? What are they doing so they have energy on Monday? And they're not lagging and waiting for Friday so that they can rest up again for the week? Well, there's some balance things here, and one of them is you have to eat the right things every day. You do need what's in the branched chain amino acids, the BCAAs. There's 3 amino acids. Oh wow, we need those. Yes, we do. Okay. The most important one, or the popular one, is the leucine. Okay, we need that. It's going to help us build our muscles, right? So then we're not going to be so tired. Wrong. Buzz. Wrong. And so people are not understanding those. You actually need carbohydrates to help you use the BCAAs. And so there's a recipe in there that people are not getting. Okay, so, so then I'm going to drink whey protein powders. Okay, well, those actually do contain, or may, okay, you can't say all, they may contain all of the 20 amino acids, which is good. Okay, you do need those, but, just like oxygen, this is a perfect example. Take a deep breath and blow out. I teach people to breathe too. So just because you breathe the oxygen doesn't mean your muscles are using the oxygen. Okay. And so just because you drink the BCAAs or the amino acids doesn't mean your body's using those. Okay. You need other things to happen. Okay. And eating real food is what this program is developed around. We get to eat some really good food. All right. I ate some really good food all weekend. I fueled what I was doing. Okay. And again, today I'm having to fuel what I, did over the weekend, because I need to fuel what I did, because I'm on hyperdrive right now. And so putting the balance in there is extremely important. Okay. And so, everybody wants to think that there's a secret in the BCAAs or the whey proteins. And then they, You know how many people go to the gym and didn't eat breakfast? They didn't eat anything. Oh, I just got up and went. I'm like, oh no, you had an opportunity. You were in the gym and you didn't fuel your muscles. Okay, now fatigue will set in. If it's not right now, it'll be later. Okay, it will pay you back. Okay, and now if we're not fueling our muscles, we're not supporting our bones. Okay, we can have injuries. Okay, so stretching's on these videos in the 5-steps.net. Stretching, appropriate hydration, oxygenation, breathing, eating the right kinds of foods. Basically at this point, you can live on the recipe book in this program. I actually added some really great recipes last week. So there's even more. Now I'm going to add some more this week because we've been eating so good. Now, is it hard to get food? Hard to make? No, I didn't spend a lot of time in the kitchen this weekend, but the food is available. And so now, hopefully, you do have food access. There are people that are having problems with food access, and literally, if they live in the country, we'll call it, not near a city, they may have problems. And so some of these dollar stores they're trying to get fruits and vegetables in the dollar stores. Now, is it all fruits and vegetables? No, we need our protein. We need our eggs and our meats and our legumes and our beans. You're like, yeah, beans. Do you know how important the bean is? Yes, it has carbohydrates in it. Oh my gosh, I said that word. I'm going to eat a carbohydrate. Yes, I am for dinner. I'm going to eat a carbohydrate. I'm going to eat a bean, and it's going to be mixed with other things, and I'm going to hardly notice it's even there. But I'm going to be fueled. And at the end of the day, I'm going to go to bed, and I'm not going to be so totally exhausted that I don't want to get up in the morning.
We're talking about carbs. And there are some of us that have, this aversion to carbs. As I've learned from you, bad idea. You need them. Is an occasional French fry, some French fries, tater tots, a horrible thing? Is occasionally, or just let's move past that and don't do that ever again? What are your thoughts?
Well, okay. So what is the French fry? It's potato. Okay. Now, the potato isn't the evil. All right. Some people don't ever eat a potato. Okay. And then some people, that's all they eat is French fries. Okay. So then there's, what is the true example? Well, there's a little balance in there. So the French fry, okay, actually, you can make them naturally. You can make little slivers and put them in an air fryer, and they're pretty crunchy. Air fryers are pretty popular nowadays. Can put a little bit of olive oil in there, and then you can have some things called French fries, and where you can slice them up, put them on the grill. They come up like little chips. Those are not unhealthy. Okay. We just have gotten this perception that carbs and fries, now, how often do you eat a fry, Steve? Really eating fries needs to be part of the program, not all of the program. Okay. So now, is it a grain? Well, it's a potato. So yes, it's a grain. It's a whole food. Okay. I don't know of any prefabricated. I don't know. You talked about tater tots. Okay. So tater tots are those prefabricated, or are they, kind of like when you see instant mashed potatoes, the powdery stuff.
Right.
Did they take potatoes and make them flakes? I don't know. What does the box say the ingredients are? But ingredients aren't always the true story. As an example, I looked at a container of almond milk, and I looked at the ingredient list because I wanted to know what was in it. And the only ingredient, only one, Only ingredient was almonds. Now, I don't think you can make a liquid from a dry. There has to be water or something in there.
Right.
So I don't know what else was in there.
And to your point, there's other things in there, thickening agents, so to make it creamy and all of that stuff going on. Yeah, when we talk about the potato, I've heard that fast food places have added so many chemicals. Like I think somebody told me it was 17 chemicals in a French fry in the United States. You go to the UK, it's three, whatever they are, potato, oil, whatever. Um, I guess if you really want that, take a potato, like you say, slice it, make a chip, whatever, um, and then add a little bit of oil, and now you know what you're eating, as opposed to whatever chemical is put in there. What are your thoughts, Marianne, about fasting? We hear that term a lot. A couple of friends have told me that they're doing it. What are your thoughts?
Well, fasting can have a lot of different meanings. Okay. Well, in this spring, there was a research study that came out, and it said, "Oh, fasting is going to kill you." That was kind of long and short of it. And then it started spreading like wildfire. And then somebody actually read the study and they said, "Well, that's not even an accurate study." So, as a board certified advanced practice clinical nurse specialist, I was trained to look at research studies. And when I have written my book, it's what does the research study say? Well, and I'm talking about the good and the bad and the ugly. Now, you're like, well, I don't want to read a book if it's got research in it. Well, no, it's actually written for the easy reader. It's a smooth reading, and that's what other people have said about that also. And so it shares with you. Now, the references are in the back of the book. So if you really wanted to look those up, you could, and you could see if you could prove me right or wrong. But it's easy reading, and it's like, look, this is what the research says, but this is what, I take from this research. And it's a great study, and this is why, or this is a study that wasn't it's not always that it was done incorrectly, but it wasn't a study to drive practice. Okay, there wasn't 1,000+ people in this study. Maybe it was the first time the study was ever done. There's only 20 people. You cannot change practice on that. But it was like, okay, in that article, they're going to say, well, okay, we found this in this 20 people. We need to redo this study. We need to redo it with more people and more settings and in more different types of people. Okay. And that's where the mega studies come in. And that's where the book comes out and says, look, this is what the mega study says. There's plenty enough research that shows you can eat like this and have energy every day. And you can fill it at your top, and you can do it by eating these foods and kind of staying away from something. I don't say don't eat French fries, okay, but we need to put things in balance. And when people are tired, it's because they're not eating the right foods, or they're eating too much of one type of food, or fasting. Now, your question was fasting. So fasting actually reduces the amount of food you're taking, or eliminates food for a certain amount of time. And the fasting part of it, well, don't you fast every night when you go to bed? Most people aren't up at night eating. Most people aren't. Most people try to sleep. And so then some people don't want to eat until noon. I'm not ready to eat. I don't want to eat. My stomach isn't ready to eat, and I'm not going to eat till noon. Well, then at 8:00 at night, they're hungry, and they're tired. And so you really kind of have to read the book, because the book explains that eating in the morning. You always heard that breakfast was the most important meal. Well, it is, because it stimulates your gut, it stimulates your digestive enzymes, and it gets things moving, and you're going to feel much better. And fasting you can still fast on this program. Fasting is, maybe you eat from between 7 and 7. And so you fast for 12 hours a day. Okay. That's not incorrect. It's not wrong. All right. It's actually what most of us probably do. Or maybe it's, 9 to 9, whatever you want to call it. But if you're reducing your calories to only 500 calories a day for a day, a couple days a week, you're really reducing your ability to take in enough nutrients to fuel what you need to do.
I want to highlight something here. We're almost out of time, but you said something before. I wasn't aware of it. With your program, the 5-step program, it seems like you're adding different recipes quite often. You mentioned that before. Am I hearing that right?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh, and I added some new workouts too.
Wow. So, a question. Somebody buys the program, which, by the way, is extremely affordable for what you're getting. So worth it. Once you already have the program, would we know that things are updated, like a different recipe is added, video is added? Is that, all in the portal wherever you log in?
Well, it's there. You go look and you're like, oh, there's a new recipe here. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm saying is you sign up, you've got the program for life, if you will, but it's not just a one and done. It's a living, breathing thing. There's more things being added.
Well, yeah. So this in June, okay, we added another whole section, and we added the ebook. All of a sudden, the ebook showed up, and now you have access to it.
Wow.
Wow.
See, once again, well worth it. I've said this before, I'll say it again. For the price of a decent restaurant for 2 people to eat, by the time you pay the tax and the tip, that's what this costs. That's one night out at this restaurant. Who knows where you're eating, by the way. That's it. And then you have this program for life. And that it really is for your life. Marianne, how do we find out more? How do we dig into this? The website is 5-steps.net.
Yes, you can go there and you can actually, or click the link you have on your screen. I believe there's a link there.
Sure.
And it brings it up, and then you can sign up. And no, I don't
Awesome.
sell your information. Not interested in doing any of that. So then the only time that you may be offered, to be on a newsletter if you're interested, but that's not something that you're automatically put in.
Eat
so
well,
for $97, go to 5-steps.net.
So worth it. And again, this comes from a medical professional, not somebody that just trolled the internet and put some stuff together. So that's a game changer for me. And you're accessible. You're available. Thank you for being here today. Learned a lot. And next Monday, hopefully I'm not going to be tired. All right. We'll catch up soon. Thanks again. And we're coming right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.